can you two say something, please? Okay, 1 second. Say something again, please.
Hi,
Hello.
hello.
Hey, there's the scuff. Okay. So, I would like to say welcome to everyone. This is the first session that will be very scuffed of A Bump in the Night, a Fate Core tabletop RPG, including these two beans, including the one who snarked, who will be introducing her character first and herself.
See, I swapped into my actual streaming thing, and it was only two of you, so your heads were huge.
Mm-hmm. Introduce
Nuts,
yourself,
nuts, nuts,
Miri.
nuts. Introduce myself, but I don't know how to introduce me.
Dang, that sucks. Anyway, introduce yourself and your character,
I
please.
play a fake token.
You play a fate token. Tabletop simulator, do you? So, my character's name is Icaros. That is the name that she tends to go by. She is a human with yellow to ochre eyes, sort of like a deep orange. But her eyes seem just like a little bit too wide whenever she's looking, like she's trying to get every single little detail whenever she is observing something. Her hair is typically a mid back length and very, very thick. A lot thicker than you would expect from someone who's quite as pale as she is. It is also a very deep black color, which is a little bit strange for this particular era.
And who are you?
She,
With short
who is,
introductions. You are
who is
introducing the
me?
character, basically.
Me
Yes.
is Ari. Me is not quite an elf streamer, but am elf. Look like one. And I'm a very good friend of Aries.
Yeah, she's a very good friend. Wink.
Hmm.
Da-da-da-da. 1 sec, I'm shouting you out. There we go. Bendy, if you would be so
Hi,
kind as to give a short introduction for you and your character.
hi. I'm Bindi. I'm some guy. I do things. I play games. I know these two beans very well. Um, I haven't actually done tabletop that much at all. Essentially once, kind of. Um, well, for real, but I've never done it. So for series, for like a whole campaign there, I'll put it that way. And so, um, yeah. Um, and so my character, I will be playing Florence Hagrad. All right. He is not a fancy man by any means. He more or less chose a certain kind of lifestyle, a rough kind, where he, let's just say, thousands of his kind have been slain by plucky adventurers. He is a rough man, a ruffian, a hooligan. He ran the hard life, and he made a career of it until finally, the law only has to win once, and it did one day, and he pled and begged, and now he has been press ganged for his redemption to hunt the darkness and things of that nature. Uh,
Nice.
but
That is sufficient,
maybe,
but
okay, yay, I
we
did
don't
it.
want to give the entirety of the character, you know. It's an introduction.
Okay, all right, all right,
I,
all right.
I have a
Let's
quick
show a little.
question, Aries.
Yes, Mary.
Why is one of my dice seemingly attached to my character information? Like I just grabbed another dice, but like Bendy has one too.
Shrug, bugs. Which one's broken, Bendy?
That would be this one here.
Okay. The cursed dice have been removed. You have a new die.
Awesome. The magic.
Yay. I stole one from the train next to me, so
I mean, we have a little spawner, so you can have as many dice as you want.
yes, all of them.
So this will be scuffed, as this is these two's first time playing Fate Core, Bendy's first time playing a tabletop RPG, it would seem,
Well, one time.
and my first time DMing as a streamer.
we're gonna we're really we're just it's our special first time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Bendy?
Yeah.
Make sure my stuff's working. There will be no game audio. That's fine. I don't need game audio for this. Oh,
So, I have a question, Aries.
yes.
So, from what I remember, the stresses, because I have 3 in physique and a 4 in willpower, I get an extra mental stress, or 2 extra mental stress and 1 extra physical stress. Yeah?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
Who is Vacant playing? Vacant is playing No Name, and the other Vacant is playing Null.
Nil. N-A.
As for their descriptions, Vacant 1's description is description not found, and Vacant 2's description is error null.
Let's
And
see.
while these two are figuring out their stuff, I will say this is going to be a horror-themed RPG. There are content warnings, which you can check a little bit by typing !CW. It will also pop up every now and then in the chat. If these things make you uncomfortable, or if you feel uncomfortable at any point during the RPG, I ask that you please stop watching, or if you are my players, please speak up.
Nuts. Do we have a title for your campaign?
This campaign will be called, at the moment, A Bump in the Night.
In the night.
Behold.
Tabletop simulator.
And if you want to see a player's view and thus not see the spoilers behind the DM screen, Miri is streaming as well as a player.
Hello.
And you should watch her streams in general.
I have read the content warning.
This is good.
Yes.
I am morally opposed to violence in fantasy.
Yeah.
Well
Well,
documented.
bad news. This is going to be a very violent campaign. Unless
I'll
you
knock
play
grass
smart.
out. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A general reminder about this campaign. You can solve anything with violence, or it'll be easier if you solve it with wit.
Conan.
Are you both ready? Do you have any questions before we start?
Oh, I have tons. I just don't know what they are yet. But
Do we have any useful questions before we start?
No, ma'am.
Nope,
Oh.
I'm good.
All right. Any other preparations needed? Anything? Are we good?
Yes.
I'll take the incessant typing as a yes.
Nope, I'm just modifying a few things. I'm good. I'm
Okay,
just typing
okay.
up the description and stuff.
Mm-hmm. We will be getting into that, into a more in-depth description soon. But if you are both ready, then we will begin.
One quick question, and I want to make sure to
Yes.
clear it with you because it's something small, but in the description that I wrote for you, she has a short sword. May I add that to my inventory?
Yes, that would make sense for you to start with.
Okay.
Any other additions for you, Bendy?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Then we will begin. After I drink some water.
Sippy. Charlie wishes to ask, can we pet the cute bird?
I am not a bird right now. I am a game master. You may not pet the game master, nor may you touch the game master. In fact, if you try to, I will immediately kill your character.
I cast Ray of Disintegration. Hello.
I cast Dungeon Master's Destruction at spell level 14.
Bendy, take your token back.
Why?
Keep your token.
Uh,
Keep your tokens.
Bendy.
Be calm, Bendy. So, starting off, our scene begins looking down on what looks to be a medieval town, split down the middle by a river that forks into two. It is evening, clouds hang heavy in the sky. Small lights from lampposts and houses dot the ground like twinkling stars. Smoke rises from chimneys and warms the town itself from within. In the center of the town, in the smallest third between the two forks of the river, lays a large cathedral, glimmering in a soft glow of light, acting as a sort of beacon. And as we zoom in, we see in the dark streets, heading toward this beacon of light, a figure, clad in armor, walking solemnly towards where she needs to be. Miri, can you describe your character and what they might be thinking as they head towards the cathedral?
In this particular instance, she would look pretty much the way that I described her earlier, though she has a full helmet on, so you may not actually be able to see her eyes or face at that point. She'll also have a model like gray brown cloak, something that you would source from like a local shop for a very low amount of money. And she has a big halberd that is clinking on the stone or the dirt, depending, as she's walking down this road. She tends to think fairly little of religious centers like this, but she also is fully aware that the Monster Hunter Corps, which has a good place for her to make money and maybe get some information, is located there too.
Alrighty. You walk through these dark streets, these thoughts rushing through your head, or meandering, I guess, in this instance. The wind picks up, it howls. You near the cathedral. You enter. Why do you enter the cathedral? What do you seek here?
I'm entering the cathedral because I am seeking to take up arms against monsters for both the renown and the coin that will be involved with it.
You enter the cathedral. Its insides are lit with a warm glow. Candles and these sort of flickering lamps. They don't really... It's a sort of a soft pulse, more accurately, than a flicker. A soft, warm light. This is the Cathedral of Light, a central religious location slash central religion of the world, known specifically for offering many public services, having a significant amount of political power, and for offering services and support to what are called hunters. These people who have either been forced to or have signed up to willingly hunt monsters. And occasionally the odd side job, but this is a world full of light fighting dark monsters and evils of various kinds. And you have entered seeking to become one of those hunters. In the main hall that you enter, there is a long pathway between tables and chairs leading up to a podium. On that podium stands a group of figures clad in various styles of long black clothing with trims of a variety of colors: white, red, green, blue. They're all talking. One of them has matched a description of somebody that you have heard that you need to talk to in regards to signing up as a hunter. One with black hair and white trim about her clothing. You know her as the High Priestess of this particular cathedral. She is among the group, talking with someone of shorter stature.
All right. The first thing I would do is just wait politely. If they're having a discussion, I'll move up close to them, but retain a polite distance until the person is free and I'm able to engage them.
Right. They do keep talking for just a few moments, and then you are noticed and waved forward by the one that the person you were talking to is talking to.
Mm-hmm.
A short woman with red hair. You approach?
And I do. When she walks up She inclines her head, puts her hand right about where her stomach would be, and inclines her body in a very short bow, a bow of acknowledgement. And she looks at this woman and says, I assume that you're the high priestess I was told about, correct?
The woman with black hair turns to you. Her eyes are closed. She wears what looks to be a nun's habit, trimmed in white but majorly black. She is the one who looks to you and says, hold on. Yes, child. May I ask who you are?
My name is Icaros. I'm here to see if I can assist you and the Cathedral of Light with your monster hunting.
Oh, yes. I believe I heard of you from a certain compatriot of yours.
Do
She
you
makes
recall
no
that
mention of
person's
stating.
name?
She just smiles at you. It's a warm smile.
She doesn't pursue that particular avenue any further. She doesn't have any. She has no leeway here, and she doesn't know how they would react to that sort of question. So she lets it drop.
You seek to be a hunter. I must ask you first, child, why? Or why do you wish to hunt the creatures in the dark?
Both for the pay that I believe would come for it, as well as the good deed of helping preserve the people that might be affected by them. It's good to help those who are unable to fight for themselves. And that is something that I would like to do.
Honorable answer. I believe that we can accept you into the Order of Hunters if that is your true desire.
So it is.
At this moment, the doors that you had entered before, large and heavy, clatter open, and we see two new figures entering. One in a dark blue cloak, walking steadily in front of another bound in chains. Bendy, would you mind describing your character as they are led into the cathedral?
Uh, he is a man cloaked in a green, very worn down cloak, probably not even his. It doesn't quite fit him. He is a well-fed man, seemingly a little roughed up, not sure what happened there. He doesn't seem exactly terribly pleased to be here, but he's not exactly aggressively resisting, as if more of a resigned resentment to his current situation. He glances at everyone there, but he doesn't glower, as if not to provoke any more retribution than he's already facing. And,
All right.
is that what I should say?
That is acceptable, yes.
You did good.
Bendy's
to Bendy.
nervous. Please be kind to Bendy.
You did
It's a
good,
s-
Bendy.
Thank you.
Look at him. He's a lizard. Pick him up. Pat his head. Pat, 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 pat,
Yeah.
pat.
That's you both. Now,
Yeah.
Bendy, or should I say Florence, you are led forward by the person who has been leading you all the way here. The one who is charged with making sure that your plea bargain, as it were, is fulfilled and that your custody is transferred properly. He brings you up to the podium, or not the podium, the area where they are all talking. Kind of gives a side eye to Icarus. Not necessarily hostile, but wary. And then he looks to the High Priestess Lystra with her black hair, and he says, all right, I brought the one we talked about. I don't know why you agreed to this, but also I want him off my hands. And Lystra looks back. Says, ah, yes, this one. This one is here. You would be Florence, yes?
He bows his head in seemingly genuine reverence. I am.
You seek redemption.
I seek salvation, he corrects politely.
She gives you a long look. Pensive, thinking. All this while, her eyes have remained closed, and they do remain so, but you can feel her staring into you through you. And she gives another smile, slow nod. Looks to the person she was talking to, the lady with red hair, and says, Cheryl, would you be so kind as to show these two to their quarters and introduce them? I will have something for them to do in a couple hours. For now, I have business to attend, as I was saying. Cheryl, the one in red, she nods, looks to you both, looks to Florence's custodian, we'll say, and then glances pointedly at the shackles, which are undone. Custodian giving Florence a sneer, mumbling, you got off lucky. Let's see, or you got off easy. Let's see.
Florence winks at him.
That gives him pause for just a moment. You can see considerations going through his head before he shakes it and walks out. Leaves,
As he
dusting his
leaves-
hands.
As he leaves, Icaros's voice comes from within the helmet and says, one would think monster hunting would be less of a lax sentence than he seemed to note. She doesn't comment any further.
So, thanks.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
Cheryl, the one that Lystra mentioned, the red hair, she walks off a little bit, 10 feet or so, gestures for you both to follow.
We do? Or I do.
Follows. We going.
She takes you somewhere. Cheryl here, her energy is sort of... how would I put this? Fierce? Bright and plucky. She seems very determined with her general expression, but also very serious, but excited. Those three emotions combined. And that follows into her voice as she starts a little bit of chit-chatting as she leads you through doors and corridors. So, you two are the new hunters, right?
Seems so.
Looks like it.
It's pretty rough to have to be a hunter to... What were you? Were you in trouble with the law or something?
Something like that. We had a disagreement.
Disagreement, you say. I get you. Don't start trouble. Otherwise, we'll have to send you back.
He just gruffs. Oh.
And I would say kicking and screaming, but I don't think you'd be able to kick and scream at that point.
Tough to make. He just cuts off. He just grumbles and just keeps his mouth shut, as if he was about to argue, but he seemed to think better of it.
Cheryl turns around, gives him a smirk as she walks backwards, continuing to lead you through the hallways, looks to Icaros. So, you one of the eccentric types? You doing this for fun?
Eccentric? Not quite. This is basically my trade. Perhaps I'll make it a little bit more formal here at the cathedral.
Ah, I see. You're a freelancer, huh? Kind of weird armor, though. That haven't seen that around in a while. I've seen it in storybooks.
You can see the helmet on her head sort of incline as she seemingly looks down at the armor that she's wearing and says, "It remains effective to this day."
I guess it would, wouldn't it?
It's hard to beat a solid inch of plate over your vitals in some cases,
An inch, you say? That must be very heavy.
usually. She shrugs.
Gives you a closer look before turning around and continuing on your way. It's not too much further, though. She gestures, having led you to a hallway with a number of doors along one side, simple wood banded with iron. And she gestures, she stands between two of them, gestures with both hands. Your rooms. I'll come and fetch you when the lady needs you. By the way, I do ask that you don't wander around quite yet. You're hunters, and this area's technically, we'll get you signed in soon, but don't wander around till then, right?
Fair enough.
Just leave. You enough of your bickering. I don't know why you're bullying us. Just go.
He gives a wide, toothy grin. And then she does this overly flourished bow. As you wish, oh hunter. I forget the word. Hunter aspirant. And then she walks off, chipper and happy, seemingly at least. And you are left standing outside 2 doors.
Icaros regards the man who had joined her in this location. She inclines her head. Pleasure to meet you, I suppose. My name is Icaros.
Florence, and I suppose it is a pleasure. I know you're not exactly pleased with working with me, but I hope you can at least get over it.
I have no qualms about how you got here. I only want to make sure that you're able to do what you're aiming to do. Yes? You fought before?
Plenty.
Have you fought a
No.
monster before?
He just kind of looks forward. I didn't really have a choice. No, I didn't. I haven't, rather.
Well, we'll try and get you through the first few. Yeah? She lowers the halberd because it's too tall to fit through the door at first, and then walks into the room that she was given.
Well, what would he say? Let me do computer noise sounds.
Mm.
He, as she's walking in her room, or wait, she's just sitting there. Okay. He makes a sly comment. I appreciate your help, but don't patronize me. And then he wait. There's like a moment, and then he adds on, please.
There was no patronization in my words. I meant them.
He just kind of looks at her, as a kind of hiding what he might feel about the situation.
Poor
He
fella done
seems
got poor fella done got press ganged into hunting monsters.
yeah.
I wonder what he did to get here.
Wait,
Oh,
are you saying
interesting.
this? Yeah.
Hmm.
It's interesting.
Was that in character, out of character, Miri?
Well, do we want to make it to most of what we say is in character?
You may say whether or not certain things that you say are in character or out of character.
She stops partway through the door and turns back towards Florence. May I know why you've been press ganged into this work?
He looks her dead in her eyes and answers, because I was fighting a different kind of monster. The kind on the streets.
She seems to like that response, and she goes back into the room.
Right?
Hmm.
Icaros, you
And-
enter your room. Sorry, Bendy.
Yeah.
enter your room, and it is a very simple room, made of stone, with a simple bed large enough to fit you very easily. Of slightly oversized for most beds, not quite a queen size, but larger than the next smallest. There is also a full wardrobe, a dresser, and a desk and chair. The dresser does have locks on it, should you wish to keep anything valuable within.
Certainly not as bad as I expected of a cloister or cathedral, she mutters under her breath. She puts her travel pack on the bed since they plan to, since she assumes they're going to be sent out fairly frequently, or at least soon. She leaves it there and paces momentarily, like she's a critter in a cage. She doesn't like being held in one place.
All right. Florence, what do you do when you enter your room?
Florence seems to have a nervous energy about him. He sits down for a moment on his bed. He doesn't really even take it in that much. He rubs the back of his head, gets up, nervously paces around, looks out the window. He just, in his privacy, he's letting his nervousness show.
Oh, I did forget to mention, there is a window in each of the rooms. It is one of those windows with the small bits of diamond glass with metal crisscrossing patterns. You can barely see through it, but not much, because it's
Probably
cheap
a lidded
glass.
window pane. Nuts.
It takes about an hour before someone comes to fetch you. You hear raps on your doors. Knock, 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 knock. Knock, 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 knock.
Oh, yeah, look at Ganser's door. Yeah, hello. Wait.
A little bit of a tangent. They knock, it immediately smash cuts to Florence somewhere in the city running from the cops already.
Never catch me alive, coppers.
Has already started running due to PTSD.
Immediately broke the window and just bailed out like
And it doesn't matter that it's like a 20-foot fall to the ground, you know, it's fine.
it's fine, tuck and roll, you'll be alright.
Criminal dodge roll right before you land.
Also, Arneo wants us to stretch and hydrate.
Thank you.
Okay.
Will do.
Do that before we continue the scene real quick.
Matcha, I do not know why there is an Aurora Borealis above Tennessee, but the world may in fact be ending.
Oh,
It's
it's
been
the
ending for a
solar
long time.
maximum.
Solar maximum. Doesn't really discount the world ending thing either.
Arguably, it contributes.
Let's just say we may all lose contact with each other rather suddenly.
Bum bum.
Gonna. Alright. All stretched and hydrated.
Indeed. Icaros will move pretty much immediately to open her door.
When you open your doors, you find Icaros. At your door, you find Cheryl. Florence, at your door, you find an as of yet unnamed acolyte wearing a black robe, very plain. And you, being somewhat of a partaker of this religion, you know that black is the standard attire for anyone working with the cathedral.
Yeah, he says.
She inclines her head to Cheryl. What can I do for you?
Well, it's time for you two to meet more in depth with Lady Lystra. After all,
Very
we
well.
have to get you inundated, whatever the word is. If you would be so kind as to follow me and Pietro over here. The young acolyte looks very nervous looking at Florence.
She glances at Pietro and then back at Cheryl. Very well. Lead on.
Sir, if you could follow us, please.
Yeah. He just grumbles and follows along.
He's so grumpy.
He's nervous.
I don't
Nervous
mind.
grumbles.
As Cheryl leads the way, with Pietro bringing up the rear down these hallways, Cheryl is continuing to look rather chipper. She does ask on the way, are you two in need of any materials or weapons before we get started? You're going to be kind of doing a little job for us.
Yeah, he says bluntly, I need something that I can swing and something over my chest. At least.
Something you can swing and something over your chest? I think we can do that. And for you, tall, dark, and armored?
Information on what target we're going after, as well as she seems to search for the word for a moment. Perhaps a bestiary, if you have one.
Oh, we do have a bestiary, but it's not allowed to leave the library. You'll have to wait until you are fully inducted as a hunter. Sorry.
That's perfectly fine. Then I would just seek information on whatever target we're being sent for, if we are.
Oh, you'll get all the information you need. At that, she seems unwilling to say anything more. Leads you not into the entry hallway. It looks like you're going there, but right as you get to the door that would lead to that main hall, you take a turn and start heading downstairs. Not too far. And you are eventually brought to a room that is flanked on one side by what looks to be these large bread ovens, and on the other side, a significant number of coffins and caskets and tables and instruments. And at the end of the room stand a second. Where is this person? Yes. Stand a short and broad man and the Lady Lystra. Cheryl leads you up to them. They seem to be having... Lystra seems to be talking calmly. The other one seems to be a little heated. Just a little, not too much.
A touch of spice as a treat.
A touch of spice. And when you get there, when you get close enough to hear them talking, you can hear the man saying something along the lines of, "Now, Lady Lystra, I don't understand. Why are you making me babysit the newbies, the children? I don't have time for this. I'm a busy... There's been so much work lately. Reckon, please. This job needs done, and it will allow you to have some aid if something should go awry. In fact, here are your 2 wards now. Greetings, children."
Greetings. She inclines her head again.
Ma'am.
I feel I should formally introduce myself. I am High Priestess Lystra, the one in charge of this cathedral, and this is our resident mortician and gravekeeper. Reckon, if you would. He grunts. Doesn't say anything.
Charmed.
Well, we're not dead yet. Might be out of his wheelhouse.
You actually get a snort out of him. He doesn't say anything though. He snorts and he keeps looking off like he's pouting, which he probably is. And then Lystra, as she waves Cheryl off and her and the apprentice leave, she looks between you two. And says, sorry, I'm thinking really quick here.
It's okay. This is part of it. Take your time.
No, I should have everything prepared.
Iron
It's
says
not
he really likes
perfect.
the Lystra voice.
Huh?
Iron says he really likes the Lystra voice.
Well, thank you. There we go. Lystra says to you two, in order to be inducted as a hunter, there is a requirement. Proof of skill or service. It goes by various names depending on where it is done, but here we simply call it a test. You will be given the quest, we'll say, to assist Grekken with a burial. There are very few limitations. The only one that we recommend is that you finish it before dawn. Are you both prepared for whatever may come?
A burial on consecrated ground, Ikaros says.
Yes, in our graveyard.
Do you expect trouble with this burial?
One never knows what the dark may bring in the dead of night.
They wouldn't send people like us if they thought it was safe.
Seldom so, she responds to Lauren. Very well. I'll
It's
defer to
good.
your expertise, Grekken. And she looks at him.
You're the boss.
Brecken gives you a look, frowns, and he begins very clearly preparing what appears to be a cart, a casket, and in that cart, various objects. You may look closer if you wish.
I do.
Within the cart, the casket hasn't been loaded yet, but it is about to be. There is a sack with various sticks and handles poking out of it, as well as there seems to be something else inside of it. Just seems like a bundle of things. And also in the cart, next to the sack, is a large wrought iron cage, but only half of one. It's missing a face.
Sorry, I had a headset.
It's okay, Bendy.
It's okay, Bendy. Would you like me to re-describe what was in the cart?
Sure. Yeah.
There is a sack with wooden handles sticking out and clearly some other things in there, and a large wrought iron half cage.
Damn, what is this, a vampire? He says unironically.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Better hope it's not.
I
Fair
got the
enough.
night lady here. She'll forget me so.
Ikaros doesn't respond to that, but she does glance over at the casket. Reckon what typically happens?
What typically happens? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing typically happens. Well, every now and then, though, something. The casket
little vague.
itself has
Okay,
iron
we
banding.
have a lightning strike when he says that.
The casket itself has iron banding and has been riveted shut.
Hmm.
Ikaros will take a moment to examine the casket. It's been riveted shut. Has there been anything coming or trying to force its way out?
This casket seems to be in perfect condition. Is clearly rather new, unused, and is made of what looks to be solid wood.
Are
The
you expecting anything tonight, Grekken?
don't know.
She shrugs her
Lystra-
shoulders.
Lystra again weighs in. As I said, you never know what the dark may hold.
Only one way to find out, then, I suppose. And she steps away from the casket, glances at the stuff in the cart, and then remains silent.
Lystra, without a word, leaves. After a short while, Cheryl comes back alone this time, carrying Florence a pair of heavy leather gauntlets with banding across the knuckles, and a wooden club with iron wrapping around one end.
I guess they thought this was fitting of me.
Bit
Oh,
of a
we've
brawler,
heard.
then.
We've heard about you. We know why you're here.
Yeah, I've used these things before.
Oh, we've heard. Hopefully you'll be able to use them for something less disruptive to the public.
He just looks at her and gives her a sinister smile and says, "Yeah, maybe."
Well, for your sake, I hope you do decide to do that. She gives you a wink. She walks away.
Florence, vaguely attracted.
The spice got him, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's always the spice. And so, it takes just a few minutes. Brecken, the short, bald man with permanently squinting eyes and very round cheeks, loads the casket into the handcart. Drags the cart over to a large door in the wall and pushes it open. Beyond is a ramp upward to flat ground. You can see beyond the ramp, a soft yellow-white glow from various lamps outside.
Mm-hmm.
Brecken, hefting this ramp, starts going, or hefting the cart, starts pulling it up the ramp. Takes only a moment to look back at you two and, well, you coming?
Icaros nods her head and moves up behind the handcart. If there's enough room, she'll move ahead of Brecken and take up a point position.
Is he hoisting this like literally by himself?
It's a handcart, so it's got two wheels, and then these two handles that he's standing between and holding the handles and
Okay.
pulling it along.
Florence follows along behind, and he grabs onto the back of the cart and helps it along.
All right. Make it to the top of the ramp, and you are in the graveyard. It is a very large graveyard, as cathedral graveyards are known to service multiple areas. So not only does it service the city, it services nearby villages and towns. If you wish to know more, I can tell you more with appropriate roles, etc. If not, we can continue.
Look at all these dead people.
Tell us a little bit about the surrounding area.
Surrounding area for where you're at the side of the cathedral. The graveyard takes up the surrounding area along the left and back for many acres. It's quite large. Around you are short, about hip height cobblestone walls that section off areas of grass with gravestones and statues and the occasional crypt. Where you're at is a main pathway that both leads out of the graveyard and further into it, branching off into these little subdivisions. The main path itself is lit with the occasional lamppost inside that pulsing yellow-white lit.
The lampposts. They're not torches, are they?
No. If you would like, would you like to make a roll to see if you know what they are or how they work?
Sure.
Very well. What roll would you like to use?
I reckon awareness might give me the best chance to notice something off about it.
All right. Make your roll then, using awareness.
Awareness is a +1, which means that I will roll. Can
All
you
4
fill me in?
dice. You roll all
Four
4
dice?
dice every time, and then
Mhm.
add the result to your whatever your skill is.
Ba, 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 ba.
+0.
1. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
You don't. You've looked at these lamps before, because they're all throughout the village or the town. Inside, you know, is not fire. It is. It looks almost like a rock or a crystal that glows. You're not sure how it works.
Steady light, at least, she comments.
Yeah, steady light indeed. Things going right.
She glances at Grecken, shakes her head lightly, and then doesn't comment further.
Icaros doesn't like Grecken, I take it.
She's okay with Grecken, but she senses pessimism in this man.
Yeah.
just a touch.
A little
Aries,
bit.
just a smidge.
Grecken starts going down the path, unless there's something either of you two want to do beforehand.
Florence
hear-
already making a break for it.
No, Florence knows better. Wait until you're out of town first.
I will
No, he
say,
follows.
mildly important. The edges of the graveyard, the actual edges of it, are a full stone wall with iron bars spiked at the top. And locked gates to get in and out.
Florence comments, he says, wonder if it's to keep things out or in.
Evidently both. Icaros responds.
Grecken doesn't say anything.
Yeah, definitely in then.
He grumbles.
Maybe Grecken is the monster that they want us to dance around.
Nah,
I
that
figured
would
out.
be that woman from inside. What was her name? The little redhead? The cute redhead?
Cheryl? Icaros
Cheryl,
responds?
yeah. That's the monster there. Keep her ass contained. He kind of smirks to himself. And Bendy.
I wouldn't suggest that one. I don't think you can handle her.
Probably not, but he just keeps his mouth shut.
Not planning on biting us, are you, Grecken?
Why would I bite you? Easier ways to kill someone than biting.
True.
Not to kill, to make us one of you.
One of me.
A Grecken, Icaros says.
Why are we bullying this man? Okay,
Why'd it have to be me who got put in this position?
Quite possibly because they find it amusing whenever you gripe about it.
I think you should keep your mouth shut. You don't know anything here.
Shut it, nerd.
A hollow laugh from in the helmet.
If not for that. Not for the stupid gravekeeper deciding to gallivant off and go do who knows what. Like, damn him.
Out of character. Gravekeeper's 100% dead, isn't he? That
He
dude's
looks-
dead as hell.
I'll say
No,
he
not-
looks normal.
No, not Grecken. I'm talking about his predecessor that he was just talking about.
Uh,
He just went off somewhere. I don't know. Damn him. He's dead. He's 100% dead. He's face down in a ditch somewhere.
You could ask him about it if you wanted.
Eh,
The cart
What happened to
squeaks
you?
as it rolls along.
Squeak. What happened to your predecessor, Grecken?
He decided he wanted to go and be a hunter. Perfectly good mortician, gravekeeper. No, he decides to go hunt monsters instead of doing his job. Supposedly at the behest of Lady Lystra, but I doubt it. I probably wanted out.
Again, I find it somewhat odd that you would mark monster hunting as a way out. She replies,
For him, he wouldn't have had any other way out.
Hmm.
Not acceptable in polite society, as you might say. Or as you might say, looks at Florence, kind of an ugly bastard.
Maybe, but you can find a place if you actually try.
It's too much of Lady Lystra's lapdog anyway.
Greckett is grumpy. That's out of character. Greckett is grumpy. He's so
Eh.
grumpy. He just needs a pat on the back, like a hug and a sandwich, maybe.
Florence kind of just. Florence speaks up. Chin up, buddy. You'll join these guys soon enough.
I'd rather not, if it's all right with you. You can, though, be my guest.
Let's not kill each other on the eve of the first night that we've met, yes?
Why would I
No,
kill
that's-
you? I'm sure something else will do it. You're a hunter,
Well-
after all, about to be.
Florence taps the casket on the metal with his knuckle, and he says, "No, that's what we brought this for."
Best not touch the casket.
He lays off.
I ain't been a mortician for long, or gravekeeper. I could tell you, not wise to wake the dead.
I didn't need a mortician to tell me that, but thanks, I guess.
Mm. And he continues, at this moment, I would like either of you, both of you, take your pick, to roll a perception, awareness, notice, etc. related skill for me.
So it shall
What
be.
if that thing is 0?
Then you have a bonus of 0.
So how do you grab all your die at once?
You drag a little box over them, and then you can just grab one, and it will grab everything you've selected.
I rolled
And
a
then-
2 and a single negative, so a 2 awareness.
So,
So,
and to
like,
to
how
roll
do I
your
roll
dice, let them go,
Mhm.
and then press R. No, while you have let them go. There you go.
Okay,
And he gets
-1.
A -1.
Mouth breathing.
Icarus,
I got a 2.
as you are walking, you notice one of the lamps that you are approaching is actually flickering. Like it's on and then off and then on, then it dims, it flickers like a candle in a heavy breeze.
Is that light been on the fritz? She glances at Grecken.
Brecken, upon it being pointed out, looks at it. His permanently squinted eyes somehow squint even more,
Yeah.
and the cart slows. No, that's not normal. Usually, anyway.
Usually, she says.
Gives
It's
a look
just a
around.
flickering light. What's the problem? That was Florence in character.
Yeah, he looks back at Florence. You know these lampposts run on Lumia, right?
I don't even know what that is.
What you? Ah, Light, forgive me. You're both. Are you both country bumpkins?
Close enough to one, she says.
No, I just never learned. I never. Should I handicap myself doing this? Aries. I was about to
Should you?
say he can't even read.
You can claim to read and be able to, or claim to not be able to read and be able to.
You
Wait,
can
what?
lie.
Yes. Or you can make a joke, a funny, a ha-ha tee-hee.
Oh, thanks, question mark, brain empty. Um, uh, crap. No, I always grew up in the center of the cities, the rough parts, you know. You see a lot of us around here, I'm sure. If
The
they'll even
parts
bury our folks.
You bury
Ikaros
everybody
says
here.
probably the part without lights, if I had to imagine, or at least torches being the only light. She glances at Florence.
Yeah, probably. He grabs at his neck, and he actually has a kind of this world's equivalent of a kind of crucifix. And he kind of grips it. He says, "I ain't a stranger of the church, both in their hypocrisy and then he just kind of is quiet a little bit, and he's like, maybe salvation, but yeah, we're probably in the darkest parts."
Best not be talking bad about the church on its grounds, eh? Also ironic you don't know what Lumia is, considered you're holding one. Some of it.
I am.
For those of you less aware. He keeps going, but continuing at that slower pace. Lumia glows when near magic, right? So each one of these lamps has something magical in it. Makes it glow, give off a nice light, makes you comfy, tells you the light is with you.
Comfy.
Now what happens if you introduce turbulence?
It flickers.
At least one of you has a brain cell.
Hi, Nom.
Hey, Nom.
Hello.
Also, by the way, Cool wants us to drink water.
Okay.
Drink.
Sorry,
what are
everyone
you
in my
saying?
chat. I'll be slow.
So what are you saying? There's some kind of demon?
What I'm saying is, keep your eyes out. There may be something happening.
Demons.
Might be nothing. Might be something far away. Might just be that whatever's running that particular lamp has run out of juice or something.
Okay. I'm gonna experiment a little bit with my skills here.
Okay.
Ikaros will mutter under her breath a small chant or prayer or basically just like a good luck charm, essentially.
Using what skill?
Chanting.
Okay.
If it is acceptable to you, I will try it. Boop, boop, boop. All right.
Now, with this in
6.
mind, I'm going to introduce you to how the chanting skill works.
Please do.
For those of you who are watching and not playing, this game has particular set skills, which are not common to Fate. They are, for this game specifically, chanting is one of them. In the case of chanting, Mary, you have to tell me relatively specifically what you are chanting.
Safeguard the helpless and do no wrong. Be without fear in the face of your enemies.
Alrighty. I will keep your role in mind.
Thumbs up.
Alright. As you keep going, you approach the lamp. You get near it, and you pass the lamp. Because of your awareness, speaking of, I need to do something. Okay, oopsie. No, my card.
Wait.
This table's mildly annoying sometimes. Anyway,
But it's cool too.
it is cool. I don't know where the thing that fell went, but it's gone forever. Oh, there it is. 20. So you get near the lamp, past the lamp. Icaros, you hear a shuffling of footsteps on grass. Brecken also seems to react to the sound and sort of
turns
picks up
towards
his pace a little bit. Florence doesn't hear it.
Florence starts whistling a tune.
Icaros mutters to where they can both hear. We're not alone in here.
Would
We
seem
have-
not.
One of yours, Kraken?
He looks levelly at you. You see any other morticians out here? Any other gravekeepers? You see any back there in the morgue?
She doesn't respond.
For you who are
kinda-
less blessed with brains, looks back at Florence. I'm the only one here. And we have been raided.
Ooh.
Hello, King. Thank you for the raid, and welcome, Raiders. We are playing a tabletop RPG, so I apologize. I will not be paying a whole lot of attention to chat. Thank you for the
Hello.
follow, Sin.
Welcome to Raiders in Ares' chat.
I do hope your stream went well, and I do ask that you take care of yourself. And thank you for the happy end until even the middle. Thank you.
Self-care.
Yes. What were you going to say, Icaros?
After notifying Florence and their little speech or little talk with Gregan, she'll try and keep her focus in the direction that she heard this coming from and sort of fall back to stand between the cart and that sound.
All right. The sound came from the left of the cart. Slightly ahead, but as Grecken has sped up a little bit, is steadily moving towards your flank. Thank you for the follow on Legendary Charlie. And it is only a couple moments later that you see Grecken look over, stop, and set the cart down. And he's quickly reaching into the bag in the back, pulls out a sledgehammer, and I need both of you to roll some flavor of initiative.
Of
Hmm.
initiative. Is that
Some flavor of
decisive? Would that work?
Decisive? No. Because in this case, I am going to say that you, Bendy, are relatively surprised you didn't have the awareness.
He got
Oh.
spooked. Though we
And no
did
one-
tell him too.
You told him that something was coming. You did not tell him from where.
Nuts. Fair enough.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna be demoned.
That'll be all right, pets.
Dies.
It'll be fine, Vindy. It'll
Dies.
be fine.
Turbo dies.
Turbo dies. Eh!
Is so ogre.
So,
In your opinion, what skills that I have might influence initiative then? Out of curiosity.
let's see, what would you be able to do with initiative? I would let you use awareness for your initiative.
Okay, works for me. Awareness, which is a 1. Oh. 4. And dice back.
4?
This chick doesn't have any kind of ADHD.
Absolutely none. Whoa, there's a little neat little map too.
And also, thank you for the follow, Charlie Soulfire, and welcome.
Thank you for following Aries, Charlie, Pat Pat.
Yay.
Or Bendy, you will still need to roll.
My bad. I will do that. Whee! Oh man. I got -2.
Okay.
My man's mind is wondering.
Just sitting there like, man, I'm hungry.
Yeah, this whole thing kind of sucks.
Sure wish I hadn't got caught.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could be doing more crimes.
You said -2?
Yeah.
So, I need a thing to mark people. That would be smart. Tee. I'm prepared.
You are.
You
You have a
are.
map and everything.
So prepared.
I
Proud
had a
of you.
map. I didn't have everything else.
It's fine.
Okay, so we will do this. So you have your pawns. The grid is standard D&D things. You will be able to move 6 spaces. There.
6 spaces. So I
Per
was like at the
round.
end, right? So I was like right here. Something like that.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh, careful.
what do I do?
Do not hold Q&E, please.
I'm sorry. I don't know how this works. I was trying to
Pat.
rotate.
Use right click to rotate. There we go.
The demons. Oh god. Why are there so many?
Oh, hey, it's like actual little animated tokens too.
These are default in tabletop.
It's still cool though.
Alrighty. So, Icarus, you are up first. We will be going by, because this is not standard in Fate for combat stuff, we'll be going by similar to D&D rules, where each of your turns you will have movement and a significant action and some sort of minor action.
Nuts.
You see before you 3 rotten, shuffling corpses, groaning with their sunken eye sockets and tattered flesh, covered in dirt.
I'm guessing
So,
it's... It seems that we do have a little bit of a couple of visitors here. She comments to Gregan.
It would seem so. Mind helping?
Well,
That's what I'm here for.
look, Gravekeeper, it's your colleagues.
He gives you the
And-
dirtiest of looks.
One,
Also,
two.
while we are doing things, we were asked to hydrate, stretch, and hand stretch, and posture check.
Absolutely okay with that, because I was shrimping a little bit. Yeah. You should give it a try, Charlie. There's a lot of stuff in Tabletop Sim, and you can do a lot of things in Tabletop Sim. If you have it and you like tabletop games in any real way, shape, or form, there's something cool for you to do.
Card games, puzzles.
Board games.
Yeah. I use this to play Magic the Gathering. Anyway, so you have moved.
So these 4 actions that we can do are pretty open.
They are. The 4 actions here are kind of loose. So, in this instance, because it is combat, currently you wouldn't really be able to do anything to overcome. You can create an advantage, you can attack, and you can defend. Defending
were
is preemptive.
If I were to try and take or create an advantage, what would that really entail in this instance? Would I
You
just
would
describe something they try to do, or
describe something that you would try to do that would change the situation that can be taken advantage of. So like create an advantage. You want to slam into the cobblestone wall to create a bunch of debris that makes it harder to walk around. Something like that.
that makes sense?
Or you want to throw dirt at the enemy to blind them.
It's a zombie. That's fair. Hmm.
Keep my camera relatively here so that people can see what's going on. So, do this while you are thinking.
Are attacks of opportunity a thing?
Yes.
So if I were to try to move one over, would that
You would-
provoke one?
No. It's only if you move out of their range. We're
Okay.
doing 5e attacks of opportunity, not 4e.
Okay. So she'll place herself between the cart and her two compatriots, and she'll take up a defensive stance with her halberd prepped and ready to try and intercept anything that these critters try to do. And I'll use the stunt for weapon mastery. When defending, I'm going to use my halberdier skill in addition to my armor, assuming both are equipped and the scene allows free movement.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So you may roll.
Mm. Boop, 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 boop.
'Kay.
So
Keep that number in mind.
will be a 5, I believe.
Keep track of that because that will be used during any attacks on you.
Okay. Can I have an extra note thingy?
Yes, you may. 1 second.
Thank you.
I need to make a blank one anyway because I don't have a blank one for whatever reason. Here you go.
What's your favorite board game, Charlie? Thank you.
Actually, I'll do this. Whoa. There you go. There's now a card spawner. Alright. So you run up to the wall in front of these shambling undead creatures and defend yourself. Next up is good old Grekin, who is going to...
Shamble like a zombie.
Eh.
Get out of here!
You
Get back in the game!
Grekin is hefting his sledgehammer that he's pulled out of that sack, and he's holding it, but he's staying near the cart. He's putting himself between them and the cart.
He's defending the cart. Protect the package. The dead guy.
Next is the undead. Bendy, you will be after them.
I didn't
Dang,
even
Mindy,
notice him.
not even as fast as a zombie.
I noticed the zombies whenever she started screaming.
Ah!
Huh? What's happening?
Problem?
And boom. Okay. So, Miss Icaros, you
Hello.
are suddenly surrounded by 3 lovely corpses that have shambled up to you.
Gross.
And they are each going to start clawing at you. The first one does nothing. The second one, gets a whopping 2.
I got a 5 on defend.
Yep. Obviously, this does nothing. They scramble against your armor. And the last one does nothing. They are trying to grab you and scratch at you, and they're all failing miserably.
Plate armor and a halberd.
You
It's
are
almost as
stalwart.
if- It is almost as if these people with no weapons in any way to actually harm me are trying to harm me.
Also, Charlie, I am not doing D&D 1.0 rules.
That sounds cool, Charlie.
It's not.
Not that. Terraforming Mars. He put something
Oh.
in my chat too.
Yeah, Luxie really likes that game. All right. And now it is your turn, Florence. What do you do?
Okay. How does movement work?
So you can move 6 squares. If there's an obstacle in the way, you can't cut corners around it, right? The wagon
Okay.
would be an obstacle. It's 2-block obstacle. So you can do that. And you can move up to 6 squares per turn.
Is this one of them like real big tall cobble walls, or is this like a hoppable wall?
That cobble wall is about waist high. It'll take It'll take either a roll or 2 extra squares of movement to get over it.
Hmm. Doo, doo, doo. Hmm. Let's go. Let's do action voice. So how do I get over this wall here? So I go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna go over this here wall.
Do you want to just use part of your movement, or do you want to roll for it?
I feel like I don't want to bust my ass. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mhm.
All right, and then we'll do 6. Right.
Okay.
So I can.
Hmm.
So I do movement and then action.
Yeah, or you can
Right.
do action and then movement.
Okay. So this is a free form game, right?
Pretty
So
much,
like,
yeah. You can decide how you do things.
so because Florence heroically jumps over the fence, and
Yeah.
then he faces the demon dead spawn that are clawing at this woman's armor, and he's like, "Hey, hey, zombies, or hey, undead." Yeah, let's say that instead.
Oh, you crit
A-
it.
And he basically tries to provoke them.
All right.
Man, I can actually get hurt.
You are going to have to roll some sort of provoke ability.
What if I have? Okay, I have. Oh, that's deceive. I thought that was decisive. Oops. Um.
Or you can choose to roll mundane, which is +0.
All right. We're gonna just run. We're mundane.
Okay.
Yeah. I am never gonna have a good roll ever.
That'll be fine,
Uh,
Bendy. You
Christ.
shout, as
Oi!
you're shouting, it seems that they're too focused on the living thing before them. After all, it's right there. They're all around it.
They're
This
zombies.
tin
They have
can.
very few brain cells, if any, really.
Anything else you would like to do?
I mean, what else can I do?
You could do something small or talk.
Uh, he just shouts, "I'm coming." I guess that's it. Yeah.
Whatever you're into, I guess. Icarus, that means it is around to you.
So, for something like a minor action, out of curiosity, what could I use that for?
Picking something up, dropping it, stuff like that. Something that wouldn't take like all of your focus and just be kind of a small thing you could do.
Okay.
Switching
Let
weapons.
me consider. I mean, we kind of got to. I'm gonna try and whack the one directly. This one.
Okay. You can press
Cool.
tab to ping things.
Good to know.
All right. What are you attacking it with?
A halberd.
A halberd? Okay.
When I attack something, do I use the skill for the halberdier and physique, or do I just use the halberdier?
You can choose one or the other, depending on how you are attacking it. Are you attacking it with skill, or are you just bonk?
Let's go with a very heavy, right at the waist kind of swing with the halberd and use physique.
Okay.
Boop, 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 boop. No. 3.
Me, and that's all right.
Whack.
You succeed with style. And you do a waist high swing as hard as you can, and it quite perfectly slices the thing in two. Like your blade goes through it, and the thing kind of sits there for a moment before its legs wobble and it falls over.
Okay. So, I have
Problem
some...
is,
It's
the
not
upper
dead?
half is still moving.
Mhm. Is it still stuck to the halberd? Or is it completely cut in half?
It completely cut in half. You
Cool.
hit it so hard. It was like you barely even noticed it going through.
Whack.
And as a bonus, you have also, if you'd be so kind, roll a mundane roll for me.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Remember, when you succeed with style, you get an extra bonus.
1.
You have managed to do a little bit of damage to the next one in the order.
May I use my minor action since I made contact with the second creature and try and shove them, since I have a large weapon, and try and shove both of these backwards? Question mark?
No, that would be creating an advantage, which would be a full
Nuts,
action.
nuts. Thought so. Thought so. I was curious though.
Anything else?
Suppose a minor action wouldn't be to stomp on the thing that's on the ground, would it?
Nope, that would be an attack.
Okay. Yep, that is all I got.
All right. We have Grekin next, who he's still standing there, but you hear a little bit of a yes when you cut one in half.
Icaros clears their throat. Grekin, can you smash the one that I just cut in half? Get him in the head.
He looks back at the cart. I can't do it.
Fair enough, she responds. Seems unperturbed.
And then it is the undead's move. One of them will be grasping at your ankles now.
Close.
If you would like, you may roll to resist.
Roll to resist. What would I use for this?
Physique.
Physique. Okay.
Or athletics. Do you want to, like, just power through it or dodge it?
Let's try just keeping my foot out of the way or something like that.
Okay. You do manage to do so.
Okay.
The other two are going to do an attack on you. Would you please roll? Actually, no, this wouldn't be a roll. This would just be a flat. Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. What exactly, out of curiosity, what are you attacking whenever you do that? Is there a stat or something I should keep in mind?
I'm looking at armored.
Nuts, nuts, nuts. Okay.
So.
Heck 'em zombies.
And
Whack.
then, whoops. I forgot one of them. Doesn't matter. Lawrence, your turn.
Okay.
You have seen your compatriot slice one in half, and then you can't see the. You can't see it after it falls over.
Okay. But it wasn't this one, was it?
No, it was this one.
Yeah, I thought. Okay. So
Disnoid.
So Florence is kind of watching her resist the zombies, and when he thinks he sees one rear his head back in a way, that's not right up on her, um,
Mm.
he charges forward with his big fat ass club, right, and makes a big
Whack.
heroic swing right at his dome, like he's really trying to like cave this thing's head in.
All right. Can you give me a what kind of skill roll would you like to use for that?
Uh,
I roll for club.
probably, probably, probably fight. I would guess.
All right. Roll.
Okay. And you know what? You know what? We want to make a big show of it, right? Um, we'll use a fake coin, yeah, to
Ooh.
make it a big fat one.
Yes.
All
Spicy.
right. And then I'm gonna lose it
So
all on the negatives. Yeah.
you have to invoke an aspect. So what aspect would help you here?
Manhunter.
True, they are humans.
They is men, even if they is Zamble too.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right. Here we
Make
go.
your roll.
All right. Neutral. So that would be what?
2
Fucking
plus 2, 4.
it's 4. Yeah. And that
So
is
feel free to describe exactly how you are clubbing this undead thing.
Whack.
so like he's right-handed, right? So when the Zambo rears his head away, um, he basically comes down on a downward diagonal arc, making contact straight on his forehead. And I'm talking about he's really having his whole body into the swing too.
All right. You do
And
so, and its head splatters.
Super Smash
Ex-
Brothers home run bat sound.
excellent. Is it Icaros? I'm afraid to say her name wrong.
Icaros.
Icaros. Okay. All right, but it's all right. So it's I'm guessing it just falls straight over it.
The body falls over into a slumped, I would say corpse, but it's always been a corpse. But we'll say an immobile corpse now.
Okay. And then he just makes a whipping motion to get that disgusting shit off of his club.
Gross.
All right. The other 2 zombies seem entirely unperturbed.
Dang. Zombies don't have self-preservation instincts? What are you, crazy?
And then we go back, unless you have anything else you want to do, Florence?
No, I think that's it.
Alrighty. Then we go back to Icaros.
So this one's dead, yeah?
Oh, yeah, 1 second. This... There we go.
He fell down. Ah! That's funny. I want to try and create an advantage. So the one that's not on the ground, this one?
Yeah.
I want to reach the halberd around its side and then hook it around its leg to take it off its feet.
Alright, what are you rolling for this?
Pretty straightforward. We'll do physique. Boop, 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 boop. 4.
What? Alright. Alright. You successfully create an advantage. You knock it prone. So, a second. There you go. Prone, you get is as an aspect. You get 1 free invoke of it.
That's interesting.
And that is your action.
Nuts, nuts, nuts.
Anything else?
Hmm. Nope, I'm good.
Alright. Then we get to, once again, our boy Grekin, who, you know, he's standing at that cart. He's wringing his hands around the haft of that sledgehammer. He's ready, but
Keep
he's
an eye
still.
behind you, Grecken.
He looks around, nods.
Eh.
I am doing. And then it is on to our boys, the zombies.
The Zambambolinos. The literal dead boys.
So, I will. They're both basically on the ground at this point. Boop-a-doop,
Yep.
boop-a-doop.
One is technically prone. The other one is prone.
Yeah. Ooh, neither of them do anything.
Ooh, nothing happens.
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted this combat to be a little harder, but you know,
It's zombies, to be fair.
true. All right. We have Florence.
Okay.
What?
So,
When Florence starts to act, Icaros gestures with her offhand at the one that she tripped over. Hit him in the head.
Bonk
all
him.
right. So yeah, he kind of like as if he was beating somebody up, right? He gets over that one, and
As if
he
he was applying a beating to somebody. Rook.
yeah, he starts clubbing it on the ground. You know, just clubbing at his head. Club, 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 club.
Out
Make a
of
roll,
curiosity-
and are you invoking the aspect?
Yeah, Bendy, you
Uh.
could invoke the aspect on this zone that is that critter's prone quality, which
Gives a +2.
is +2 to roll.
But my fate.
Do you want to do another
d-
fate?
You don't have to pay a fate for that. It's a free invoke.
Yeah.
How do? Oh, okay. I invoke.
Okay. Then make your
I
attack.
invoke the fact that the stupid zombies on the ground.
All right. So plus, also. Oh yeah. So my question is, do I also get fight for that?
Yes.
Okay, so +4, then it's +4 again. So he's just caving the shit out of these fucking zombies.
Whack. Whack.
Eh.
uh,
All right. Anything else, Florence?
he's getting he tries to get it all that garbage off of his club again.
It's kind of sticky.
Well, and smears it in the grass. He's taking this a little too casual.
Icaros, what would you like to do? There's still one
Uh,
clawing at your ankles.
Yeah, quit it.
Mm.
Stop it. Shakes the leg. Get up. Quit it. She turns, puts the halberd on the ground, and then just stomps the thing's head.
Right. What are you using to attack this thing?
I would say physique. Can I invoke prone since it's up on the ground too?
It would cost you a fate point. It had its one free
Aw.
invoke.
Screams. Oh, well, I'm not gonna use a fate point for that. Physique. Yeah.
What'd you get? Total?
Yeah. No, wait, 1.
You got a -1.
-1? Oh, yeah. Okay, -1. Sorry, brain.
So as you're going to stomp on this thing, you feel that you are not well balanced. You can land the stomp, but you're pretty sure that it will go right into this creature's mouth if you continue. Or you can stop and continue and try and catch yourself.
You can see her
Zombie.
hesitate. You can see her hesitate for a second, like, The zombie's just like,
Zombie makes eye contact and is like, please.
What do you
And
do?
She just shakes her head and puts her foot back down. She
Alright.
gestures at Florence. Hit him.
I will do that on
Brecken-
my turn.
Grecken, he's looking around. He's being paranoid. Doesn't see anything. At least it doesn't seem like he sees anything. Actually, I should make sure.
We're gonna kill this last zombie.
Didn't
We're gonna
see
turn around and Grecken is getting blood eagled by a vampire. Jesus
All right.
Christ!
Sheesh.
And then the final zombie is going to scratch and claw at your heels.
Eh,
Ooh, what's your armor again? Ah, you're fine.
thumbs up.
It's gnawing on the plates around your legs. Eh.
She takes her halberd and just kind of pushes the head away. Eh.
Florence, what do you do?
He walks on over and just starts clubbing the shit out of the next one.
She says, Icarus
Make-
says, right in the back of the head like a chicken.
Trust me, lady, I know how to beat someone in the back of the head.
Make thy roll, please. What are you
Alright,
rolling?
I'm gonna roll a fight. Yeah. So I got a +1.
The zombies look so unenthused to be dead on the ground.
Yep, +1. You do, in fact, club it. And thankfully, do enough damage that it stops moving.
Forever?
Shrug.
Forever!
The graveyard is silent once more.
I guess so. Look, we hunted something.
You can hear the hollow smacking of lips inside of Icaros's helmet. She looks at Greg and says, "You have to bury these ones too?"
Yeah, but not tonight. I'll leave that
they're-
for the morning.
It's fair. So like they're perfectly good corpses to bury on the ground here if you want to.
No, to be honest with you, I much prefer morning work, but alas, this one's a rush order.
What do you mean She trails off whenever she. Fair enough.
And so with that, unless there's anything else you want to say or do, Grecken gives a good look around, dumps the sledgehammer he pulled out back into the cart, hefts it up. I think we best be on our way.
Boop. She takes up her position slightly ahead of the cart. As she's moving back towards it, she looks at Florence and says, "Good job."
Yeah, you too. Thanks. He's oddly shy.
No.
What do you mean?
All right.
For those who don't know, that's Bendy's brief moment of cope. That's his phrase that he uses
Don't say it like that.
to deflect something away from him.
It's outrageous. It's secret.
And thus the cart continues moving down the road, well, the path, more accurately, squeaking along the way. Brecken is looking far more nervous now, for some reason.
A little more spooked now, are we? Icarus comments.
Well, no guarantee that those were the last ones.
There's a whole graveyard of dead people to arise up and attack us, she comments. You can hear a smile in her voice, though.
Yeah, I might not be around to save you.
He grunts, rolls his eyes. He still
You do
picks
have
up
your
the pace a little
sledgehammer,
bit.
though. It seemed
Hey.
like you had a pretty good grip on it. I'm not sure if you can swing it, she comments, but
Why are we playing bullies?
I ain't no hunter, but I can handle my own.
for what it's worth, her tone does seem to be delivering this in a good-natured sort of way. She's not actually attempting to downplay him too bad.
Points,
Time-
bully.
Time goes on. It doesn't take very long. At this point, you've been walking for maybe 10 minutes in total, not including the fight time. Keep going. I would like you both to once again make some sort of notice, awareness, etc. kind of check for me.
Sure. One.
Right. As you go, neither of you notice anything that is obviously amiss. There's a slight breeze. It smells like night, etc.
A graveyard.
It's a graveyard. It is ominously quiet. Big surprise. Aside from the squeaking of the wagon or the cart. It's like one
You
of
should
those.
oil that wheel.
It's not important. Lets people know where I am, so that if I go missing, they know where I might be.
Do you go missing often?
Still here, aren't I? Ain't
Fair
gone
enough.
missing yet. Eventually, the cart is drawn up to this clearly fresh, empty grave. A deep hole with a mound of dirt laying next to it in front of a blank tombstone. Gravestone. Grekin stops the
Alright.
cart, turns it so that it's the back part that opens is facing the hole. Hope you two are ready to work.
Felt like we already did some work, but yeah, let's get started.
She glances at the hole. She glances at Grekin. You're the gravedigger, right?
Yeah.
All right.
We want to get this done as fast as possible, so I'll be requisitioning your help.
It's. She makes a dissatisfied noise, but
Ah, stop being a baby. Come on.
He climbs up into the cart, grabs the sack and the sledgehammer he pulled from it, tosses it to the ground. There's a lot of metal in that sack. Picks up the cage. He's having no issue with it, despite the fact it is solid iron and it is not thin metal. He dumps it off the other side of the cart. And then gets behind the casket and he pushes the casket into the hole. First, the squeak of wood on wood, and then the thump as it lands in the dirt. Another thump as it settles. And then silence.
Icaros takes her halberd, sort of thumps it into the ground, leans it against the cart, and then looks for, in the sack that he has, looks for a vaguely shovel-shaped.
There are, in fact, in the sack, 2 shovels, as well as 2 sledgehammers, and a bunch of beaten, dented metal stakes.
It's a fucking vampire.
I mean, it could be, she responds.
Grekin
like
jumps out of the
click-clack, Mom.
cart. Grekin jumps out of the cart, grabs a spade, the one that you haven't grabbed, Icaros, and tosses it to you, Florence.
Catch a spade. Beat zombie with it.
Whack!
There are no zombies. Instead,
Whoa.
Grekin says, "All right, fill her up."
Alright. Fills her up.
All right. Do you also help, Icarus?
Fill the hole.
All right. I'm going to need both of you to roll something related to physique.
Like
Like
physique?
physique.
Or physique.
Yeah, wink.
4.
Or,
I
and
have
you.
1.
and 1, so 5 total.
Yep.
All right.
You've got to put your back into it, Florence. It's a shovel.
Oh,
Bendy, no!
Bendy, are you good?
Oh crap! No, I fucking I don't know what I just did. I'll be right back.
Did you
I'll
accidentally
reinvite you.
disconnect?
No, yeah, I did.
Bendy Alt
Can I get an
F4.
invite, please?
Bendy Alt F4 enraged, having to dig a hole.
Here we go, Bendy.
You're the one whining. Wait. I don't want to help Mr. Grave Robber.
Push Florence into the hole.
I'm just kidding.
While Bendy is getting back in, you do start shoveling dirt into the hole. You get about a quarter to a third
So much dirt.
done, give or take. It's going well. Pardon me. Grekin is keeping watch. He's looking around. He doesn't seem worried or anything. He's just alert. And when Bendy is back, we will need another round of physique.
While she's digging, Icaros comments, Reckon if something sneaks up on me and tries to nibble on my ankle, I'm gonna throw you in this hole too. Yeah?
You'll know well before it gets to your ankle.
Appreciated. She continues to dig a hole or fill the hole with dirt.
Hole dig.
Dirt.
Bendy.
Reverse dig.
Well, actually, both of you. Physique. That one's
the
there's
same
two.
is-
There's 2 cocked.
All right, 2 cocked dice. Do you want me to roll all of them again, or
Just those 2.
okay? I don't like that. 3.
3 and a
I
Bendy.
need to put some. Yeah, I got a 3.
3 total.
Put your back into it, Ikra. Oh,
She
I
got
got
the
3.
same thing as he did. She
Alright.
No,
got
she didn't.
yeah. There you
No,
go.
she
That's
didn't.
how you do it. Remember, you gotta put a lot of your strength behind it so you can actually get a little bit of dirt into the shovel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry. I'll kill the dirt for you too.
I feel as if that you have at least some experience digging someone else's grave, right?
You have no idea.
Uh-huh.
As also hydrate. As you 2 are digging. You're about halfway, maybe a little more, right? And you're shoveling pretty quick, actually. Even Grekin looks impressed. And then, all of a sudden,
Yeah.
did you hear it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume that was our Icaros looks at Grekin and says, and she glances. She doesn't say anything. She looks at Grekin. She looks at the hole that they're burying this thing in. She looks back at Grekin. Yeah.
The dirt is shifting with each sound.
Florence turns back and goes to the cart. Can I do this?
Can you do
Like,
what?
am I allowed to do? Like, can I like go back to the cart
You can.
right now? Okay, so he goes back to the cart, and he just says to Gresham, he's like, "Do we need to drive these stakes in?"
Not yet. You have to fill the hole first.
How the hell?
Icaros,
Okay.
are you still digging? Or
Yeah.
still
I will
filling?
continue. I will continue to fill the hole, and
Roll.
if possible, can I also attempt to use blessing, or maybe a chant again? Actually,
You can do one or the other.
Fill the hole.
Okay.
Yeah, 3.
You're going a lot slower, being the only one digging. The
That was a
thumping,
good idea.
the thumping on wood is coming faster, louder. You can hear creaking through the dirt.
Maybe we should all try and bury it, eh? Icarus comments.
Listen, I'll kill this thing too if I need to. You just keep him safe, yeah? And he goes back to the hole for his shovel. Diggy diggy.
All right, both of you roll physique again.
Yeah.
3. I'm real consistent, if anything.
Minus
-1,
minus wait 0. Wait, yeah, no. Yeah.
to 0.
Wait. -1. -1.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm dumb. I broke my ankle.
Icaros, you are digging. You got at least as much done in this bout of digging as the last one. And as Florence is getting back into the hole to help you, he trips and ends up scattering a bunch of the dirt that you were using to fill the hole. You both feel like if this happens again, you won't have enough to fully fill it.
Oh no. It's not Three
She
Stews away
she
all our
looks
dirt.
at, she looks at Florence, and you can sense a moment of distaste coming from the helmet. Please bury the box, she mutters, and continues to shovel dirt onto it.
Hey, well listen, if you know how to do it so well, I mean I don't know why you need my help then, huh? He actually begins to argue.
You can
right.
argue, and you can use that that impetus and that fire to shovel more dirt.
Florence, you're arguing?
He grabs a shovel and he starts shoveling and then he squints at her and he says that's not a real word.
Both of you roll.
2 this time.
What happened there, Chief? I got 0.
0.
Yeah.
Florence is too focused on arguing. He's not helping.
And winning.
You can hear wood starting to splinter under you. Roll again.
If whatever's in this box comes out of it, Florence, I'm blaming you.
Grecken is looking
Well, maybe
nervous.
if you had No, we'll just blame him.
What do we get?
Booyah, nerd. +2.
Miri?
1.
Oh shit, we're fucked.
You
Or you
managed
can't
to
roll
fill
good.
the hole.
I'm joking. The hole is so filled.
The thumping and creaking of wood is muffled, but it is continuing, and that dirt
What?
is starting to shift.
Why didn't you guys just burn it?
Grecken, the moment that hole is filled, he heaves the cage, the half cage, up and onto this fresh pile of dirt and grabs stakes and a sledgehammer, and he starts hammering them in as fast as he can. Which one of you will help with the extra sledgehammer?
She shrugs her shoulders, immediately grabs a sledgehammer and a stake, and continues to assist.
Will you
Make
attempt
sure
to
nothing sneaks
contest
up on
this, Florence?
Wait, say that again, Aries.
Will you attempt to contest this? You're in an argument, so...
Alright. Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Let me think. Oh man. Okay. Not this time. Not this time. But yes, the short fuse thing.
Florence, I am compelling your short fused.
Oh
I knew it!
man.
You
So, yeah,
You instead think that you could do it better.
I know things.
That
Can
you should
I-
be the one with the sledgehammer.
Can I use a stunt in one of my stunts here to keep him from interfering?
Let's see what Florence decides to do with this.
All right.
Florence, you now think that you are the one who should be using this sledgehammer. You're gonna get the job done better and faster, and if Icaros does it, they've made you angry. There's no way that they're not gonna screw it up.
So, so Florence had to look up name. Marches rather commandingly, right? Around. And he just as he comes up behind Icarus, he just reaches for the sledgehammer and just kind of tries to take it from her hand and says, "Listen, I'm 2 for 1 with the clubbing, okay? You keep watch, I got this." And he seems really like almost rudely insistent on how he's pulling on that sledgehammer. You know what I mean?
Do
All
you
right.
let go of the sledgehammer, Icaros?
You better not fuck it up, she says, and lets go of the sledgehammer
All right.
before taking up her halberd.
And
You gonna start beating in stakes?
beating stakes. Bam!
All right. You will need at least a +3 in order to beat in a stake. There are 8 stakes.
Oh fuck, bro.
Reckon is helping you.
Alright. Yeah, 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 yeah. Alright, I use physique by the way, I guess.
Hmm.
Could I motivate them, Ares?
You can use a fate point to invoke aspects for them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or you may
Hmm.
roll to create an advantage, but you only get one of these options. Well, I mean, you can do invokes on any roll, but you can only do the invoke or the advantage ones.
What would I roll to try and create an advantage for them? Try to motivate them to work a little bit faster and a little bit harder.
Um, from my personal view, and at first glance, because again, usually you're the one who has to try and convince me to use something, I do
Mhm.
not see any skill that would immediately suggest you being able to motivate them better.
Fair enough. She will instead stand to watch over them and waiting for something to try and come out of the stupid grave, honestly.
All right. All right, Bendy, what was your roll?
I use physique dog, and so that means it's a big fat 0. Yes.
So you need a +3. There's actually not really anything you can do for that. So the thumping is getting louder. The dirt is shifting more and more with each one. Only one stake is in.
Yeah, gotta get more stakes in. Alright, I'm
Brecken
going
moves
to
on to the next
attempt.
stake.
I start beating. Bam! This game's fucking rigged, bro.
May I create an advantage and place each stake ahead of time?
I believe that you already attempted to roll to create advantage.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I haven't rolled anything to create an advantage yet.
Was the roll for fun then?
Yeah, I've just been sitting
Okay.
here and fucking with these.
All right, then yes, you can roll to create an advantage.
Okay.
Whoops. I
How are
fucked
you
up.
doing this?
I would like to try and gather the stakes and then place them in the correct locations based on where they're putting them right now.
With which skill?
Physique. Slam them into the ground.
Okay. There is an aspect with a free invoke. Free place stake. Bendy, roll to make another, or to plant
Okay.
a stake.
To plant a stake?
Yeah, well,
What
to,
do you
you
mean?
know, hammer
I
it in.
know. Roll.
Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these away from you. We're gonna give you fresh dice, Bendy.
Okay.
These are evil.
These are evil.
Why? Yeah,
That roll is
need-
still
I'm
counting,
sure this will
but
make.
you have fresh dice.
I need something to play with that isn't my dice, so I don't seem like I'm flubbing rolls or anything like that.
If you want, I can give you like normal dice.
Yeah. Like 4 of them. Or like a bag.
There you go.
Yeah.
I give you a little play zone.
Yeah.
All right. So another stake is planted by Grecken. Florence, you cannot get the sledgehammer to hit these stakes square. So you just keep bouncing off of them.
He his failure and frustration is known audibly through his short fuse grunts. Got through the lights, damn it! It's dark. He's dumb.
There is a particularly loud thump, and then it stops. Roll to beat the stakes into the ground.
Remember,
Whoa.
there is a free play stake aspect that you can invoke.
Yep, he gives you a +2.
I'm gonna +2 then.
I don't suppose I could do that
Alright, and then
again, can I?
So
No, you get the 1.
I have
Mm.
3. Alright. I don't know how do I do that? I don't remember. I
It's
don't
just
know how
F.
to play this game.
Sorry. Just F for flip.
F -1. Alright,
Mhm.
cool. So and then I had a +3. Okay, I don't know how to do this. So I had
+3
+3 -1, so I have +2 result. So I got 2.
Once again, this
Yeah.
time you bounce off the cage. Doesn't go in, you need a +3.
Okay,
If you want, you
this
can spend a
test is
fate
hard.
point to re-roll.
Is that a good idea? Sure.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
Give me your fate point. Give me your fate point. Give me your fate point.
Give me that fate point.
Take it. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me.
Do a new roll. Either with cards or dice.
Hey, that one didn't suck.
That there is a win.
Alright. You have 4 of the stakes in the ground.
Hey, you got one. Icaros comment. Icaros says,
He actually says, "Shut up."
Just as you plant the 4th stake, a mottled white hand bursts from the earth under the cage. It claws at the air.
Die.
Do you keep planting stakes? Grecken, seeing that, pauses for just a moment, but then shouts, "We have to get the cage staked. If we do, it won't be able to get out and we'll have a chance to get away."
Driving them stakes. Wha-blam!
Roll.
That's what he does. Yes.
Hmm?
Do I have any advantages?
No,
Like, do I have the planted stakies? No planted stakies.
you already used them.
Aries. And what more planted stakes?
I guess
Alright,
more
well, bam.
accurately, sorry, I did that wrong. The first invoke would have been free.
then you can
So
use
now-
a fate point to
Oh.
invoke.
Now you
further.
use fate points. So, yeah.
Alright. This.
You give me a fate point?
Alright. Yeah.
Alrighty. You get a +2 to whatever you roll.
So. I don't know where this came from. I rolled a
You pressed
-1,
E or
which
something.
I want to re-roll.
This isn't a roll. This is
Yeah.
a.
Well,
You didn't roll. You pressed E, which just rotates them one face. You did that.
yeah.
You have to press
Oh,
R.
okay. So. I guess since +2 won't help me win, I'm gonna do a reroll. Yeah.
You didn't roll once, Bendy. Like I said, you haven't rolled yet. You just flipped them to a new face. That's not a roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
to-
my bad.
There you go.
Alright.
That's trash.
So what's the total?
It's gonna be fucking 2.
Right? If you want to pay a fate coin, you can and re-roll that, but you can only re-roll once.
Yeah, we're gonna reroll. Yeah.
Oh no!
Fuck.
Oh no!
Reckon
Help.
plants.
Icarus, you have used a hammer before, right?
Reckon slams
He's just
the fifth stake down. Florence is still on his first or second now, actually. The hand sinks down back into the dirt. You're starting to feel.
Florence- yeah.
You are starting to feel anxious. Something is telling you that this is bad. The hairs on the back of your necks are standing on end. Roll to plant stakes.
Grekin, if it gets out, take Florence, get back to the cathedral, and warn them.
Hey, maybe you can stab or pin this thing down with your halberd or something.
That was the
as
plan, yes.
Well, no, it's about the, around that time to start putting it into action.
Plant stakes.
She stands poised over the cage, or at least near it, with her halberd, ready to try and stab something if it tries to come up.
Alrighty. Bendy, you may spend a fate point for the +2, and you may also spend a fate point for a reroll.
Has he rolled yet?
He just rolled.
Yeah, I rolled.
Jesus Christ.
So that there won't pass if I add +2, so I'll pay 1 to reroll.
Pay one to reroll.
Yeah.
Does he do?
It's a +1, so if you pay the +2, you get another stake in.
You're using physique, right?
Yeah.
So he's got 2 physique.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought I had 1. My bad. Shit, I've been doing wrong math this whole time.
You've been doing right math, because when you've gotten a -1 on the roll, you've said you've had 1.
Oh, true. So
There you go.
So
I have
with that roll,
+2.
he would have got
That's
a 3.
Yeah, that roll is a 3.
Yeah.
Alright.
Which
Yeah,
is
yeah. Look at that.
a success? Question mark.
It is a
He's gonna
success.
kill you too.
You and Grekin both managed to sink 2 more stakes in. There is 1 left. Suddenly, the dirt explodes under and through the cage. The cage creaks and whines, but it too is wrenched up out of the ground just barely and thrown. In the cloud of rising dust, a humanoid form, slowly, with jerking motions and cracking bones, stands upright, its clothes tattered, its skin pale, its eyes bloodshot and almost glowing bright red, and its hair
Whack.
crazy and frenzied as its face.
Where?
You
Where
may
is it at?
roll
Nigger?
to attempt to whack amidst this explosion of dirt and a thrown metal cage.
She was expecting the thrown metal cage in the dirt.
Was she expecting the thing beneath it?
No, absolutely. Well, I mean, we've seen it, so she was expecting something like.
You haven't seen it. You didn't know what was in the cast. Oh, yeah.
We knew there was going to be something in there, and it was probably going to be vaguely man-shaped.
What do you do?
I can tell you, Florence's fear response is to swing.
That's fair.
Florence is suffering from pause. After all, he just got covered in dirt flung in his eyes.
Thankfully, I have a helmet to keep shit like that out of my eyes.
That and also, Icaros was the only one combat ready at that point. You were focused on another task.
As the cage flies up and away, she gauges where this thing likely will be. If she gets a glimpse of it, she'll aim for that, and she swings down with her halberd, both hands.
All right, which skill are you using?
I'm going to use halberdier in this case because it requires more precision than strength.
Very well.
3.
So, you swing your halberd down into the dust. Gosh, I love that I got this roll. Toward the silhouette that you just barely glimpsed. Swinging straight for that outline of a head.
May I pay a fate to make it even better?
You may.
+2.
+2. Very well. And as you're swinging, its hand shoots up, grasps the haft of your halberd, and it pauses you for a moment. But with a surge of unknown strength, pure adrenaline, divine intervention, fate itself, you push as hard as you can into that weapon. You force it downward into this thing's shoulder, and it howls in pain as the dust settles and frenzied eyes stare at you. And a large gaping maw of sharp teeth and long fangs drools and drips. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Ooh,
Mm,
spicy.
we did it. We did the session,
We did
everybody.
the session.
We did.
I like that. That was cool. Very,
That was fun. Yeah.
very neat.
Hopefully I got the spooky aesthetic.
You did good. You did a good spooky. You did a good
Yeah.
spooky.
That was
And
fun.
there is-
Yeah, I want to do
There's
that
the
again.
intro.
We will be doing this every Friday, I assume. Yes.
Every Friday, as long as everyone's available and able.
Hey, let's go and stuff.
Let's go.
The funny thing is,
Look.
Sif knew what was going to happen, more or less.
Gasp.
So, like, at the end of this, can I have a chainsaw and a shotgun?
Who knows? We'll have to see. All right, before you mess with your stuff too much, let me save. Do-do-do. Okay, it is saved. And we are good.
That was a very good first session, Aries. You did good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And also,
Did you have fun?
I did. Did you too?
Yeah. You have
Such
fun,
a good
Bendy?
bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will apologize and ask you two to entertain the folks for like 5 more minutes while I go to the little harpies room because I have been needing to go for the past half hour. Hee hee.
Woo.
I'll be right back.
I got dices. Hey, you.
This
Hey,
is...
give it.
no. Look,
Taking it.
is all right. Fine. This is puts in. There we go.
Give me that.
No, stop. No. This is important to me. No. What among your things?
Don't you touch my things? Don't you touch them? Don't you touch my things?
Let's see.
Don't you touch my things?
This one.
Don't you touch my things?
Oh. to your nose.
This is what I
Ooh,
think of you,
shit.
Bendy.
What do you think of me? I can't see. Look. No, you can't. Dude, you have to be nice.
No.
You have
Shrunk.
to say you're sorry. Say you're
Nah.
sorry.
Nah. Tiny points.
Say, Mr. Bendy,
Look
I'm
at
sorry.
look at your tiny little character sheet. Look at how unimpressive and silly it looks.
Wow, really? You're gonna. All right. Well, yours
Goobery
is trapped
even.
underneath everything, so you're kind of screwed. Let me
Oh.
let me correct this silly goober's mistake.
Uh-huh.
You know, she can't, you know, sometimes thinking hard, you know what I mean? Wait, no, demon, demon,
Yeah.
make
Hello.
it go bigger.
No, I
Hello,
don't think I'm going to.
You
Bendy.
too,
she's
huh?
fucking with me, bro. She's fucking with me.
Nah, he was being spicy.
Make her stop.
Pat, stop
Haha,
fighting.
I grow.
Stop fighting, you
No,
two. Cease. Both
Aries,
of you
you gotta
stop.
make her stop. Grabbed her. I've appeared to have grown too large.
You gave us a directive to entertain. It was checkers.
I'll
So,
beat your ass. I'm just kidding. No.
so, thank you both for participating in a bump in the night. The first session. Hopefully the first of many.
Welcome.
Points at.
Yeah.
Of course.
An important thing I like to do is ask if there were any parts that you didn't particularly enjoy or you thought could have been improved. And if there were anything that you would like that I would like to, that you would want me to build more on, etc.
So like,
Nothing
I
at
don't
the
want to
m-
name names, but one of
Uh-huh.
our players is being a real dork.
Aside
No,
from
I don't think you can
player
name him.
Bendy.
stats,
Bendy, you got some real small energy going on there.
Shut up.
anything
Very
related to the
rude.
campaign, not each other. You
No,
two can go make
man.
out after this.
No.
Indeed. Well, that was fun. Thank you, Aries. We will play this
You did good.
regularly.
I enjoyed it. If we're doing
Yay.
this every Friday, I'm going to be enthused about that.
Yay! Then yeah, we'll do this every Friday. Looks at audience at the same time. We'll probably do longer sessions as able, i.e. go the full 3 hours as we are able to more often. I just wanted to make sure not to get into a boss fight with only 30 minutes left.
I mean, I could probably go a little bit longer. Bendy's kind of weak, though.
Mostly it was Bendy, because I know that you're
yeah.
fine with staying up, but I know Bendy is probably getting EP.
Yeah, he's a little baby.
So, what I am going to do is I'm going to quickly end stream and then start stream for the sake of VODs.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, if you two want to continue hanging out, we can. If not, that's okay, because I have another many hours of streaming left.
No streaming.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
go till 3. Anyway, I'm going to
Aries
stop
has
the
been
stream real
doing a
quick.
big stream. Remember, Bendy?
Oh shit. I didn't realize.
Isn't he so sleepy? Look at him.
Oh.
I
He's
will
so
be back
sleepy.
in 1 minute, everybody.